couple weeks ago, we had the owner of Cheer Athletics, Craig Wolf, on the show. A good friend of ours. Trenton and I graduated from high school with him. Very loyal sponsor of Grow Omaha. We have his brother on today. So we had Craig Wolf before. Now we have Mark Wolf. Mark Wolf, good morning and welcome to the show.
Gentlemen, good morning. Good morning, Omaha.
Well, there's other than the fact that I've known Mark since he was in preschool, the real reason why we have Mark Wolf on the show is he's the owner of a brand new business, which is going to make a big impression in the Omaha entertainment scene. It's called Fowling Warehouse. Mark, first of all, congratulations on the new business. Understand you just opened.
Thanks, Jeff. Yeah, we opened on Thursday.
So tell us, what is Fowling?
You know, it might be hard to believe, but that's the number one question I get is what is Fowling? So you can imagine it's a hybrid game between football and bowling, okay, with a cornhole type setup. So on a cornhole game, you have 35 feet apart, and instead of on the pin deck with holes, we put bowling pins. And instead of throwing bean bags into the hole, you're throwing a football at the bowling pins, set again 35 feet apart. Now, inside of our facility, each lane is 10 feet apart. So you can have up to 10 people on a lane or 100 people over 10 lanes.
Now, where is Fowling Warehouse located?
5585 North 90th. We're 2 blocks north of 90th and Fort on the east side, right next to the Altitude Trampoline Park.
And you got a great mix there. We were talking about that during the break. Is you got Baker's is over there, Planet Fitness,
right?
And so you're a good mix. You're right on the 90th Street corridor. You're not too far from Nebraska Humane Society, but you don't allow pets, I assume.
Correct.
Excellent. You got 2 full bars, and it's really also, Mark Wolf, it's an event space as much as it is a new sport that people have to learn about.
That's correct. We have a 3-prong approach. 1 is families and friends. Number 2 is businesses, and number 3 is philanthropy.
Nice.
So back to the business part, when in my previous life, we would do a lot of company outings for the couple hundred employees we had. And come to find out, we would hold a meeting somewhere, but then we would have groups peel off to different locations because there wasn't an activity in Omaha that could accommodate all of us. So some would go swing a golf club, or some would go to a bar, or some would go bowling, or anything like that. So when we were designing the Fowling Warehouse, it was important to me that we carve out a section of this space for a dedicated meeting space. And then after the meeting, speaker events, whatever the case, you can actually do the activity.
And how many people can that hold?
We have an occupancy of 1,200 people.
Wow.
We can actually have 30 lanes of Fowling. Each lane can accommodate 10 people. And so we can have 300 people Fowling at one time. And then on the wings, we could have people waiting and that sort of thing.
Now, how many pickleball courts do you have?
0.
Oh, my God. It's
no
the first
pickleball.
business, there's dentist's office in this town with pickleball courts. It's like, you're nothing if you don't have pickleball courts.
We must be nothing.
So
We're trying.
So, Mark, with Fowling Warehouse, we understand it. So is this a franchise? Because we know there's Fowling warehouses around the country, right?
It is, correct.
Where did it start, and where are some other Fowling warehouse locations nearby?
Right. That's the second most question I get. So after we sold our business in 2019, after the pandemic, I found myself missing, being part of something, missing a team, missing the high fives, the hurrahs, the congrats, and all that. So I wanted to start a business that had 2 concepts: simple and fun. Okay. And so I did a lot of research, and I stumbled upon this business in Detroit, Michigan, called the Fowling Warehouse. And it was funny because I thought they misspelled their website. I thought it was supposed to be Bowling Warehouse. So I was about to call them and say, "Do you know your website's misspelled?" So I called a relative who lived in Detroit, and I asked him, "Have you ever heard of the Fowling Warehouse?" He goes, "Yeah, man, it's an awesome place." And so I called the owners and asked if they're expanding, and they said, "As a matter of fact, we just built our Indianapolis store." And so I flew up there the next week, met with the owners, and as soon as I walked in, I felt this was a place for Omaha. Omaha needs something like this. A climate-controlled indoor entertainment venue that could host families, businesses, philanthropy, all sorts of people. When I walked in, it was amazing. They had all sorts of different people from all walks of life, had one common goal: knock down pins with a football. And it was a great, fun environment. So it took us about 4 years to find a space, develop design, and so here we are. We're the 9th store in the United States. The other stores include, again, Detroit, Indianapolis, Ann Arbor, Grand Rapids, Cincinnati, Atlanta, Dallas, Kansas City, and now we're Omaha.
That is fantastic.
Wow. And for those that aren't aware, your family built, it was cutting edge pioneers basically in the medical staffing business called CNA Industries. Mm-hmm. And you were big on the training side of it?
Big on the training side of it, correct.
Yeah. But it was not a small company, ladies and gentlemen. And most of the, it's well known that Omaha is maybe the birthplace of a lot of medical staffing firms, but pretty much all of them came out of CNA Industries. Kathy Wolf, your mother, and
Larry Courtnidge.
Larry Courtnidge, sorry, Larry, who really built a business, and you and Craig and a lot of other people came in and built a very sizable business, and you left your mark on that industry about 4 or 5 years ago?
Yeah, we've been blessed. Hats off to the hundreds of employees who made that happen.
Yeah.
And so then, Mark, with the Fowling Warehouse, if people want to come out to it, it's near 90th and Maple. Do you just show up? Do you have to make a reservation? How does this work?
Everybody that comes in has to have a waiver signed for accidents. The best way to find out our process is just go to our website. That's fowlingomaha.com. On there, you'll understand. You'll read about the processes. You're able to sign and fill out and sign an online waiver. You can make lane reservations as well. We do offer a segment, 5 lanes of walk-in, and this is for groups under 4. So anybody under 4 groups can come in, 4 people, pay $15 and stay as long as you want, full as long as you want. And it's type of pool hall setup. So the winner keeps playing and the loser comes out and you exchange the game and that sort of thing.
Before I turn it over to Trenton to wrap it up, I do want to ask a question for a friend.
Okay.
And maybe this friend is Trenton. Let's say you're not a very good quarterback. How hard is this?
It's not easy. It's challenging. In fact, everybody comes in that tries it says, this is a lot harder than it looks because you're throwing down in an object rather than across, your typical football pattern or receiver, whatever the case.
Because when Trenton was playing quarterback, he was used to hitting them right in the numbers.
Right in the numbers, right.
Usually they're
without
back,
the helmet,
but...
with the helmet. The face guard got in the way.
Yeah.
Right. So it's not easy. It's a challenge. But what we do, I have to mention this too, is it's called a bonk. So the number 5 pin in the middle is a red pin. You knock that red pin down, it falls off the pin deck by itself. It's called a bonk. Big train horn inside of the facility. Neighbors might get a little upset. We're not sure yet. But we have a bonk celebration.
Oh, that's a good thing.
It's a great thing.
It's not like sinking the 8 ball too soon.
Correct.
Okay.
And we get about 10 a month. We will be getting about 10 a month. Which
But I heard you
about
can't knock down any of the other pins. It's got to be just that one?
Just the middle 5 pin, which sounds almost impossible, doesn't it? But these other locations, it happens about 15 times a month.
Wow.
All right.
Yeah.
So my last question is, can I bring my own Fowling shoes?
Not leave the cleats at home, Trent. You might slide around a little bit.
Okay.
Yeah, bring your own Fowling shoes. We do not serve food. BYOF, bring your own food. Outside beverages are prohibited. We have 2 full bars within the facility.
So bring your own food, but bring your thirst.
Seriously, would you recommend wearing tennis shoes? Probably not sandals.
Tennis shoes, something comfortable. They have rubber soles.
Okay, I'll wear
There's
a cup.
some sandals.
Okay, that's a good idea for you. Okay, well, Mark Wolf, thank you for sharing this information with us. Best of success. And also, thank you for bringing a cool entertainment business to Omaha. We're trying to become more fun city that has so many entertainment options. This is a really nice addition. So kudos to you and good luck to you and your team at Fowling Warehouse.
Thank you. Thank you, gentlemen. Appreciate the time.
Our friend Mark Wolf from Fowling Warehouse.
If you like this video, be sure to hit those like and subscribe buttons. And remember, Grow Omaha is not just media. This is a mission. We are trying to build up Omaha and make it an even better place. We can only do that with your help. Share this video with your friends, neighbors, and family.